Hello, I'll be self-recording myself as my parents are at work and my brother is currently in his Zoom class for his school. So I'll be setting you guys up right here and we'll keep it right there. All right, thank you. All right, let's get this timer going. Sorry. Alrighty. Let's do it. Missy Franklin got out of the pool with tears down her eyes. The former swimming champion for the Cal Berkeley women's swimming team knew that her career was over after 2 years. She had brand deals as well as sponsorships and dreams of the next of opportunity to play in the U.S. women's swimming team as well as the Olympic team, and her time had come. She couldn't pass it up any longer. This happens to a lot of athletes. They want to stay in college, but the opportunity to play at the next level as well as the sponsorship deals and money are just too high to pass up, and they have to do it. This is why college athletes should be paid. And the 3 ways they should be paid are through social media, sponsorships or general likeness, as well as higher stipends, in which they are already given stipends but make them higher. College athletes should not have to fend for food. Division I athletes get 3 meals a day for scholarship, as well as room, board, and tuition. D2 and D3 athletes aren't that lucky. D2 athletes are able to earn athletic scholarships, D3 are not. So they have to fend for their own money. They have to either have money that their parents have through salary to afford it, or they have to go in with financial aid, which usually does not help with things like a late night snack or being able to have groceries in your apartment or your room and board. It doesn't include that thing. Per Bleacher Report, Shabazz Napier, a point guard for the University of Connecticut, the Huskies, he talks about how as a Division I athlete, he would go to bed hungry because those 3 meals a day did not help him at night as a growing athlete, and he would go to bed starving and have to compete at the next day at the highest level of Division I basketball, playing against players that, had enough money to get that late night snack, but he was not able to, and the scholarship did not help him. Now, athletes are given these small increments of stipends, and it varies through the sports. Football and basketball are sports that are usually given more media coverage or more money, usually get $5,000 a year, and sports that are lower watched and are not as given as much money are usually $2,000 a year per CNN. College is a full-time job. Let's be real. I'm a student currently, and I can work. They can't. College football or college basketball or college softball, college, everything like that, every sport is a job. You have film, study sessions, tutors, you have assigned 2-hour study halls that you have to attend, certain things like that, and that's just a job. You can't do a second job with that. It's too time consuming, as well as having to keep up with your academics. Per CNN, men's football and men's basketball brought in $1.7 billion a year to their respective schools, as well as the NCAA. There's a crazy amount of money for just 2 sports, especially just given to the NCAA and the schools. This brings up to my next point. College athletes should be able to profit off social media accounts, just like any other person. When you earn 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, or you earn 100,000 followers on Instagram, you become an influencer, and you can get sponsorship deals, like a blue check that shows that your notoriety, that you are a influencer, and brand deals will pay you to influence people to then choose that topic. Like Gatorade could send me $1,000 to promote their new Arctic Blitz drink, and I would do it and earn $1,000. Athletes are not able to do that, which is crazy because they have a lot of support as well as followers. Per ABC, Donald De La Haye, the UCF kicker, has a YouTube channel where he would do day in the life of a college athlete. Show kicking. He was a kicker for UCF, so they would show kicking exercises and things like that. And the NCAA shut him down because they did not want him making money. And my only assumption is because they weren't making any money off of it. So why should he be able to make money? Which I think is ridiculous. Why not just let an athlete who's just showing what he does every day make some money off of what he does? Just like in a similar thing, per Akron Beacon channel, Devontae Frege, a YouTuber basketball player for Mount Union, would make videos about his day in the life playing basketball. And he's allowed to keep his YouTube channel because he doesn't make any money off of it. But I think it's ridiculous. He's doing a job which is in basketball, as well as another job which is in YouTube, and school. So he's balancing all these things, and he's not getting paid. That's like me going to school, working at 7-Eleven, and not 7-Eleven just saying, hey, you work 40 hours, but you don't get any money. Because I did a second job just like he did, but he wasn't able to make money, but I can. I think it's crazy. Athletes should be able to make money off of Twitter and Instagram, like I said previously. Zion Williamson, per Forbes, brought in 55,000 followers to Duke's Instagram account when he made a 360 dunk. That brings in so many eyes to Duke and so many sponsorship deals that Duke can now brand off and make so much money off of just one player's name while he can't make anything. And per Forbes, he has 2.2 million followers. If he was a normal person, he'd be making thousands of dollars a week just doing sponsorship deals. But since he's a college basketball player, he is not allowed to make any money off of that. Brings me on to my next point. Colleges should not be taken advantage of by sponsorships. This is Jared Goff. He played for Cal football 2016, was his last year. They made this with his name on it, a bobblehead, and I paid $20 for this, and he makes $0 out of that. How can they use his name and his last name, and he doesn't receive any money on this while he was in college? I think that's absurd, and that is absolutely ridiculous. It's just, I don't understand that. And per the New York Times, athletes will play in these Nike gears, these Gatorade deals, which is right here, Gatorade, Powerade. They'll play in all these things where multi-million-dollar companies give sponsorships to the NCAA to make these players or schools use their equipment. And I think that's absurd. What if a player, had just gotten cleats from his mom and it was his gift? He's not allowed to use them because, his school gets funded by Nike and they were Adidas cleats. I think that's absurd. And per the New York Times as well, one of the biggest sports arenas as well as sports program with basketball, in March Madness, when a huge collection of people go to watch, had 19 major sponsorships to support the entire March Madness from multi-million-dollar companies, which include Nike, Gatorade, etc. Now that's a lot of money that is thrown around with sponsorships and deals to schools and who makes it into the tournament and all that stuff, and the players who are actually doing the job get nothing. Colleges also should receive sponsorship from companies. I mean, what is the harm? And per Bleacher Report, their argument is you're not taking any money away from the schools, you're not taking any money away from the NCAA. You're just making profit for yourself, making general money off of your likeness. I don't understand what the problem is with that. And then also per the Bleacher Report, colleges make millions of dollars off tickets, merchandise, TV channel agreements and stuff like that, but none of the players get money after actually playing the game. Vince Young quarterback for the Texas Longhorns, made $42 million for Texas football, and he makes no money off of that. So that's crazy. So in conclusion, the NCAA uses a scholarship to justify making millions of dollars off of these players. And it's crazy because per Bleacher Report, 55% of college athletes for football graduate, which means the NCAA is banking on those players for the first 2 years to make as much money for those schools in the NCAA, and then their junior year leave for the draft. I think that is crazy. They're just making money off these players and not giving them what they deserve. Thank you. Sorry about that. Here we go.